if you're a Druid main right now, you're probably feeling like this. My class is back, my class is back, my class is back. It's finally good again, and it doesn't need ramp. Oh my god, finally. Needless to say, Druid is back, and it's actually not an exaggeration. It's very good right now. If you are somebody that is excited about Druid coming back to Hearthstone, then go ahead and hit that sub button, because we got a special little campaign going on right now to where if we can hit 18K, we're giving away a bundle, we're giving away a mini set, depending on whatever's going on in the Hearthstone ecosystem at the time. So if you want to support that content, go and hit that sub button right here, right now, because we are talking about the NoHands Gamer, or actually it's Sun Q's deck, but NoHands Gamer ended up hitting rank 14 with the new Tempo Hero Power Druid. This really isn't Hero Power Druid, but it kind of is because it does run Groovy Cat, but it's not all in on Hero Power. It's kind of using the Hero Power for Tempo. So even though it's called Hero Power Druid by some other people, on other data websites, it's literally just called Druid, I believe. So I am just going to coin the term right here. This is Tempo Druid. And the reason why I'm calling it Tempo Druid is because the deck that this reminds me the most of is actually very similar to like Tempo Mage or like Small Minion Mage if you played during like Scholomance Academy. Because this deck is actually fighting for the board, it's using its minions in a very specific way in order to pressure damage, and it's not really trying to like go into the late game, it's trying to do something very, very particular. However, there is one change to the list that I believe makes the deck infinitely better than the NoHands version. I want to run a Harth instead of running Ziliax, and I actually believe that NoHands has recently changed this list, but I don't believe he's the one that started doing this. I believe McVanterface is the person that started doing this first, and honestly, in the clips coming up ahead, I believe I'm going to sell you on Hearthstone Brew. So if you're not sold on this card in particular, then just wait for the game clips, because I don't really want to explain why this card is good, outside of the fact that you just need another hand of cards when you run out of gas. Like I said with Old Tempo Mage, this deck is very similar to that, and sometimes Old Tempo Mage would be like one spell, one bit of damage away from being able to win the game. So Harth is your refill for that reason. But let's go ahead and talk about why this deck is suddenly really good, why it's very popular, and in my opinion, why a deck like this is actually very good for the health of Hearthstone, considering the top tier decks that we've been having recently. So the whole power of this deck is just being able to play something every single turn and have it, you know, essentially build up to something more. So what exactly do I mean by that? What I mean is that you want to play your Peaceful Piper into your Groovy Cat in order to get that, you know, that 3 attack hero power, eventually becoming a 5 attack hero power. And then you want to, you know, like ramp up with your Splish Splash Whelps. You have Take to the Skies in order to draw your specific dragons, which are your Whelps, your Chia Drakes, which recently have been buffed, as well as your every single time I say this card, I always get the freaking wording confused. Desert Nest Matron. I'm just gonna start calling it the Mommy Dragon, because it is a Mommy Dragon. It's there to protect your brood. So you have the Mommy Dragon, and then you also have the Fi. But the reason why this deck is very, very good is because Chia Drake getting buffed recently not only puts it more onto the board, but actually gives us more reasons of wanting to run these dragon cards. And especially with cards like Take to the Skies, suddenly if you curve this on turn 3 and a turn 4, you have a 4 mana 4/6, and that is a very big minion to play on turn 4. And not to mention, if you're playing your Whelp into the Chia Drake by turn 3, then you have a turn 3 3/5, which is just automatically very good. And if you're also playing a taunt on top of that, it's very easy to see why this deck has a lot of minions and pressure on the board that it's generating throughout the entire game. But the real reason why this deck can shine, it's because of swipe. Druid has been in a really bad spot recently because it doesn't have ways of being able to interact with the board. And if you've watched my video on Cutlass Rogue, my opinion on the meta right now is that having the answers is a lot more important than having tempo and having a bunch of pressure. And this is really the only exception right now, is that this deck can actually go throughout pushing tempo and pushing pressure. But the biggest issue right now for Druid, the biggest issue that it did have, is that swipe wasn't good, and it really didn't have turns to where it would take people off the board. Now that we have the 1 mana Chia Drakes that are being played, we're running Dollhouse, we have the spell damage package that really helps complement swipe, and you're gonna have situations to where you deal 4 damage to the entire board outside of where you're, you know, localizing the swipe. And if you do have 2 swipes coming down with even +1 spell damage, then that means that you're dealing 4 AoE to the entire board. Something that Druid has just not really had, and is the reason why it's been so bad, because Druid has had to either build up a bigger board or essentially out-ramp the opponent to the point where you are then building up a bigger board. And And there's just been no Druid deck that has really worked that way, but since these patches have gone live, Druid actually feels like it's in a very good spot right now to where it's definitely not the weakest class in the game, but we're still figuring out the other things that Druid can do. But this is definitely a safe deck to play because you just have a lot of tempo plays. You have the Trog Gem Tosser in order to give you a bunch of damage out of nowhere, and if you're ramping up with the Whelp, it works very well in order to get a lot of damage very quickly. And this is just one of those cards to where you really don't want to have to play it until the very end of the game, or if you're trying to like get a very specific AoE so you can keep your board nice and healthy and start pushing face. That is the best way of using the Trog Gem Tosser. But for the love of God, I still have people telling me that this works with Bran and Battlecry effects. This is a finale card. You have to play it as the last 3 mana of your turn. It's not a Battlecry. Make sure you take note of that if you are someone who screws up with this card. But another thing that really makes this deck powerful is being able to double up with the Bottomless Toy Chest, being able to cycle very effectively with Spread the Word, because if you've got a 5 attack hero power, then you have lots of resources that are coming your way. So this deck has ways of pressuring onto the board, cycling with card draw with cards like Spread the Word, Chia Drake, as well as Bottomless Toy Chest. You can cycle very, very effectively and tutor with your Groovy Cat, and even if you've already drawn your Groovy Cat, the reason we are running 2 of these is because you could discover a beast. Maybe you could discover a Viper in the right moment. Maybe there's another beast that would make sense to discover in the right time. I don't know. Beasts are kind of meh right now, at least if it's not a Groovy Cat. But the real power of this deck is just how flexible it can be. But it's a very complicated, very weird deck until you get used to it, because playing for board, building up the most amount of stats that you can, and pressuring with the hero power every turn when you have 5 attack is probably one of the best things that you can do. So let me go ahead and explain the mulligan before we start going into the game clips coming up ahead. So the cards that you want to keep in your mulligan are going to be your Gift Wrapped Whelp, your Peaceful Piper, your Groovy Cat, your Splish Splash Whelp if you have a dragon. But if you're gonna mulligan every other card and this is the only card that you keep, I would argue to always keep the Splish Splash Whelp just because it's a very effective card. I would always keep Take to the Skies because this is a very, very powerful card, and those are probably going to be the best cards to keep in your mulligan. Maybe you can keep a Desert Nest Matron if you've already got a Whelp in hand, or if you've got a Gift Wrapped Whelp, so it's just all about having those dragon synergies. So there might be some situations where you keep cards in combination with each other. However, there's one more card that I want to point out that doesn't really make a lot of sense to keep except in one matchup. I have actually kept Fi in my mulligan before, but specifically and only against Hunter and when I have other dragons in hand. I would not try to keep this card if it's the only dragon that's in your possession, but if you have Fi and say like a Take to the Skies, for example, then I want to have the best card against Hunter available in my hand after I play some dragons. So as long as I have some good ramps and some good early game pressure, there might be a consideration to keeping the Fi, but this is definitely a very specific situation. But I just wanted to point it out that like, the mulligan is very, very important in order to master whenever it comes to playing any Hearthstone deck, not just this one. But knowing what cards are good against specific classes can sometimes influence what you're going to keep. But more times than not, you're just going to keep the Piper, the Cat, the Whelp, and the Take to the Skies. But if you really want to see this deck in action, I highly recommend checking out the game clips coming up ahead because it really paints a picture on how this deck is trying to perform. Because it's very awkward at first. It may seem a little bit clunky when you first play it, but after you start playing minions and you realize, wait a minute, these minions are sticking and they're actually dealing damage, it'll really start to highlight why you want to play the deck in certain ways, when you want to go for like those taunt turns, when you want to build up those gigantic boards, and when you want to save those swipes for the right turn in order to deny your opponent from being able to win the games. So if you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got a special thing happening at 18K, yada, 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 Patreon, deck optimizations, and coaching. I think I nailed them all. So let's go ahead and swipe on over to the gameplay clips. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck intro, and we'll see you for the next one. All right. So this deck is a little weird from what I've been told. It's a bit of a weird deck, but I like weird decks. And I've played 1 or 2 games with this deck. I don't know how many games I've played off the deck tracker, but like this deck is weird. There's just no other way to describe it. It's like the weirdest like tempo bursty combo removal control deck I've ever seen. But as it turns out, when you just have a lot of attack and a lot of playable turns, that's really all that matters. So we're probably gonna end up playing Whelp into Drake, draw a spell by turn 3, and then turn 4 is where it's gonna get interesting. Cause who knows what's gonna happen by turn 4. Yo, what's going on? 709 709 709 709 444 4444. The new version of McBanter Druid, this the one where he cut Zilliax for Harth, which is kind of crazy, isn't it? Cutting Zilliax in today's day and age. You're telling me this deck can't benefit from Ziliax? Because I think the original Ziliax was +1/+1 reduced cost, which would make sense in a deck like this. Like, it's kind of a bursty deck. All right, so I'm gonna draw the spell before ramping a bit more here. Ooh, that works perfectly. Look at that. Look at how perfect that is. Draw 2, immediately ramp up. Okay, this is looking pretty good, dude. I might have started ramping the hero powers though, but I feel like against a warrior, hero powering every turn this soon is not really gonna help. How does this deck do against warrior though? Okay, so there's card draw for later. So let's draw the dragons. Pretty good dragons, honestly. Not sure if that Ziliax is even that good. I mean, it's just so hilarious though, right? Because that would be the Ziliax to put into the deck, but if it's really not that complementative to the strategy, then it would make sense to cut it.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Because the only other Ziliax I could think of would be like just a typical lifesteal. I don't think we'd ever go for copy. And now that the elusive's been nerfed, we don't really care about the stats. Like, you're not just gonna throw it out as a big boy. I don't want to get too crazy with the board, right? I think it's actually do this. Like, I'm fine with just like kind of chilling, right? Like, we gotta pressure him over the entire game. Putting more stuff onto the board means that he's just gonna respond in a different way. Like, if I just play the 4 or 5, he overcorrects. Versus here, he either might like try to just like gain more armor and let this stick, and then I get more damage. Yeah, we just want to make sure that we play the perfect balance right now. Yeah, look at that Blade Storm, so uncomfortable. Because now I can throw out bigger stuff. So now he doesn't have the Blade Storm when he needs it. Maybe it would have been better just to do this and go max tempo, but I feel like it was right to hold back. You can Druid, Clark. Yo, what's going on, Micaiah? Ah, I've missed your wit, dude. All right, let's see. Boom, boom. What can we get a duplicate of? More card draw? Wait a minute. How much card draw do I want? I mean, hold on. I could play these both for 1. It'd be 5 mana to draw 4. I mean, or do I just go for bottomless toy chest and just roll again? I feel like it's just bottomless toy chest roll again. Like, this is essentially the same thing, but it's more value, which is something that I need against warrior. Yeah. Okay. Not terrible. I'd go for the taunts with Harth in hand. Just making a really big, oh shit. Okay, we're fine. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't feel like I really want to play Harth yet. Like, I want to play my cards, then play Harth. Right? Because I want to, like, pressure him. And I got a lot of pressure in hand right now. Especially now with this. Let's see, 1 mana, 2 mana, 3, 4, 5. Leaving me with 4 left. That could Malfurion's Gift into swipe, and then... this doesn't die, actually. I'd have to still do that. Is there a way to just, like, double swipe here? We could just double swipe, but then we're not getting value from this until later. I feel like we just hold the swipes for now. We'll probably end up playing this or something. Wait a minute, more dollhouses? Oh my, hold on a minute. That's +3 spell damage. That puts these at 7.
Make your choice.
I feel like this is greedy as fuck, but I'm doing it. Okay, okay, okay. I don't know what's going on. I'm not. Remember turn 9 Reno? There is the turn 9 Reno. I am aware of that. But even then, I still have dollhouses that I could save until after the Reno. I mean, honestly, do I just throw it next turn and just like have the Hearth as the response to the Reno? I mean, I lose the 5 while doing that. Double gift. So this deals 6, 12, puts them to 12, 14, puts them to 11. I could still have 2 swipes in hand. Do we ever just throw the 1 and then reveal the rest of them later? Hold on a minute. So we have 1, 2, that'd be 10. So these would have to already be on the field.
Make your choice.
Wait, no, it's not 10. 4, 8, meaning I'd have to play both swipes now. Oh, dude, this is weird. Cause like I'm wondering if I'm supposed to play like one dollhouse into one swipe and then play this one, play 2, and then just hit them. But how this is like playing into Reno, but I just need to do something. Yeah, this is the best way of spending the mana and dealing damage. All right, here we go. That was actually the best play. At the last second, I was like, wait a minute, we need to squeeze in the hero power because the hero power is an extra 3 damage. Okay, I'm figuring this out. Keep in mind, this is like my second game with this deck. Because like now I've got 1 dollhouse next turn into 2 spell damage. Play double swipe for 12. I don't even need the Hearth, do I? The Hearth is just extra cushion for the pushing at this point. Block, okay. That actually does get him out of range, doesn't it? Oh, that gets him out of range. 12. Ah, dude. Okay, maybe Hearth is necessary now. Wait, hold on a minute. Is the hero power enough? Wait a minute, the hero power is enough. Oh my god. Oh, he's a genius. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute, bro. The weave of the hero power is so important. I agree, bro. Weaving that hero power, it's like weaving and boxing, you know? Like you can't just keep doing this. Sometimes you gotta dodge every now and again. Free Spirit not good in the deck. So Free Spirit is if the deck was trying to survive longer. This is like all in on like tempo and damage, it seems. It's summon board and like it's a very unpredictable deck, I feel like. But it's all in on like think of it this way. It's like Tempo Mage. It's like Tempo Mage, where it's like you have Frost Bolts and you have like all this stuff that you're trying to throw to the face, but throughout the entire game, you're just throwing everything you can. And it's like the reason why I feel like confident saying that is because this deck plays like Trog Gem Tosser. This is a deck that is actively trying to kill your opponent. So it's like we don't have the armor card because the armor doesn't help us kill our opponent, and that makes sense the more that I think about it. All right, so let's get that perfect hand that we had last turn. Like, there we go. Okay, we just need 1 more dragon and we're chilling. This into 4 mana Chia Drake is just, ugh, it's disgusting. All right, well, that's not a Drake, but that is a dragon. So I guess I'll take it. I've never been here this early. Yo, what's going on, Fozzie? Good to see you, man. Painlock's still a thing this patch. Painlock is pretty much not a thing anymore. At least I haven't been seeing it. I think the deck still has like a potential, but everybody is focusing on the classes or the archetypes that weren't really that good in the previous expansion. Because the question we're asking now is, now that we've had all these nerfs, what could potentially be good in this new metagame? And things like Highlander Shaman are starting to emerge. Druid decks are starting to emerge. Like, there's a bunch of new decks that are popping up, so it's like, I think that Painlock could still be good, but it'll be something that people like come back to after figuring out these other archetypes on whether or not they're good. Okay. Feels pretty nice though. I'm rocking Overheal Priest. It's way better now. The meta slowed down, so I can see Overheal Priest being good. I do have a Raza Priest ready to go, and that is like a deck that I kind of want to be good, because it'll bring me back to the Razakis Priest days. Oh man, those were the days. Those were for sure the days. Okay, so I think we just max tempo here. And I'm even gonna coin out the hero power because we could use this for ramp, but we just have to be pressured. We just have to put pressure on the board. Does this Druid deck work? I don't, I see I don't miss a card on it. This deck actually feels very good. NoHands Gamer recently hit rank 16, I think, with the deck. I believe this is the exact same list. Okay, so except for the Ziliax, there's the Harth, but yeah, rank 14 legend with this deck. McBanter and NoHands Gamer seem to think this deck is legitimate. And after a couple of games with it, like I'm 2-0 to start with it. It feels pretty good.
Contemplation.
Honestly, I could just tank this. Just to stick the minions. I don't want to use a swipe yet. And we take one less damage, or we push one less damage to keep the 3-2. That's worth it. The deck has proven consistent win rate, Clark. Oh, you're talking about, you're talking about, yeah, no Renos allowed. My deck is the one to fuck warrior. Yeah, Highlander Druid. I have been following your updates, man. Highlander Druid, I really do believe is a good deck, but here's what's going on, okay? Here's what's going on. I am choosing one day to not play a single Reno deck, and then the next day we will play only Reno decks, okay? So even though I despise Reno, I will cover them. But as of right now, I don't want Reno to be good, so I want to see the other decks that Reno isn't the obvious go-to. So that's what I'm doing currently. Oh, this is actually perfect. Wait a minute. Okay, so we can do this, pick this into swipe, deal 5, and then deal 7. The only reason to save this is for Feral Rage, so that way I could make the spread the word cost 0, but we've already got the hero power at 5 attack. So this is just swipe now, because we don't care about ramp. So this is the perfect way of being able to do this. Kills the minions and pushes 7 to face. This is just the perfect turn. As far as I see, Reno is nothing but a board clear. What a surprise. Brand is the bigger issue. I still feel like Reno is a problem. I think that there's a tweet by Jay Alex that really puts things well, where it's like, Reno just takes things away. Excuse me. But it's like, it's just this right here. When it comes to shifting agency from one player to the other drastically, cards that don't physically let you play your cards or take away our powerful agency reducers. So let me play my cards when I want to play my cards. I feel like this is just the problem with the Hearthstone meta right now, is that the best deck right now is a deck that actively does not let you play your deck. And that's my biggest issue with Reno right now. Whether or not it's a power outlier, whether or not it's like actually something that should be changed, it's just like, oh my god, I hate this card. Why do I have to deal with it? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, not so hell yeah. I guess we're going in with Harth here. But I'll take the damage while I can. That's just free 8 damage. Reno counters Ziliax. Yogg counters Ox. Is this a Druid deck you talked about in your tweet? Yes, this is like the weird tempo. This is the only thing I know how to call it. It's like tempo Druid. Because it's not really hero power Druid, although it can use its hero power. But this deck is like, it's just, it puts board on the field and actively pushes with board and then has burst. No! Yes! Oh, mama. Whew. Okay, all right, we are, Wait, Galakron. Wait, no, I don't want to change my hero power. This is lame. Wait, no, this is not at all what I want. I want my money back. Wait a minute, I want to re-roll that, dude. This actually might have been one of the worst ones to get. Is there any other one that like actively removes hero power? Oh my god, dude. No, I need my hero power. I mean, maybe minions help. That might be the way that I have to think about this. Because now I can just outvalue him with infinite minions, right? Yeah, we'll say goodbye to the 3-2. Okay. Like, this is the synergy, but at the same time, I have a different synergy now. Yep, there he is. There's that boyo that I hate so much. The boy. Okay, wait a minute. I've got a good turn here. Is it just spells? Oh, it's just cards, dude. I mean, we're pushing 5 every turn. That's a desperation Reno, though? Yeah, I know, but it was the only good play that he had on that turn that, like, put him back in this game. Which is, again, the reason why I hate Reno is that he's initiative. He is literally initiative in a can. And then this happens. Oh, my lord. Wait a minute. What if I take the Ziliaxes for myself? I could just destroy the 2 minions. I'd have to play the time rip though in order to guarantee these guys are gone. Yeah, I know that I can't pick. I was just thinking best case scenario, hero power, do this. Knocks out these 2, I can at least push the 5 without committing to the lifesteal. I guess I'm gonna have to make sure that I don't have a board now. But this feels so wrong to replace my hero power. The 5 a turn is how we're gonna win. Is there a better play? It's like time rip into like Soul Mirror. Yeah, I don't want to play it yet, but what else am I supposed to do? Just attack one of them? I was really trying to find a way to not heal him, but I guess it's just the way to go.
Nature speaks.
Okay, wait a minute. That worked out. Wait a minute, that worked out. Wait a minute, that worked out. Whew. All right, that worked out. That worked out. We still have to worry about Boom. I don't really know if there's anything we do about Boom, but like, we've got Soul Mirror to clap back the Boom. We're essentially killing him in the late game now, right? Like, we can't deny that. This is now arena gaming, where we're just gonna kill him with random minions that we don't even necessarily want to put in our deck, but it was the option we were given. And it quite literally is arena because it's random fucking minions. Oh, god damn it, you couldn't wait to have this. I mean, I guess Soul Mirror is still just the answer. Soul Mirror gives me healing. We could play... Oh, wait a minute. Infinite copies? Hello? Wait a minute. This is actually really good. What am I complaining for? He's doing this before playing the brand... I'm sorry, dude. Whenever I see a Highlander warrior... Whenever I see a Highlander warrior that has played this... And I can play this whatever. I don't really care about drawing 2 right now. Like, whenever I see a Highlander warrior playing Reno... And I already think the brand's active. Yeah, see why the issue is Bran? I know. This is the reason why I hate cards like Bran. Because if you play it as soon as you can, it's like absolutely no brainer, no gamer. Versus if it's the bottom card, it's the worst experience ever. At least with Raza Priest, like if the Raza was your last card, or if the Shadow Reaper Anduin was your last card, you could save the combo tools. But with this deck, you don't, like, you have to play for tempo. You have to, like, play your cards out. You can't just sit there and hold on to your combo cards and wait for your brand to finally get active. It's not like the other Boom Boss Warriors I've seen. Okay, well, I guess now we have to spread the word. What are we trying to draw into, though? Ayy. I can't just draw and do nothing. I have to do something this turn.
Are you thinking? Time is fleeting.
I will act as your skin.
I mean, honestly, the anti-fatigue is really important, isn't it? I need healing of some kind. Dude, this is such an interesting deck. Oh my god. Do I know Blur and Gorillas have the same lead? Yes, I do know. I am very familiar with Blur. What is that, Wind Fury? Of course it's... Oh my god. Wait a minute. Obsidian statue? If he removes that, that just screws me. I feel like we got a Galakron now. Could do this and then Oh wait, Galakron destroys 4 minions. Alright, let's see how good this feels. It's also 10 damage, so... What? Wait a minute, what? Oh, what? Okay, 1 mana win the game? I'm not gonna lie, I did forget about the Claw originally. Like, I wanted to just play the Galakron to remove the board. But now we could potentially win. Like, oh my god, dude, the tempo. And now I might just do like Dollhouse into Choi Chest, hit the swipe. That's also a way to win the game. And we also have this. Oh my god, wait a minute, dude. Do we just win if he doesn't like high roll the nutty the turbo nutties? Yeah, the devastation. Okay, devastation deals 5, right? Devastation deals 5. However, if we get swiped, the game is over if we get it from Toy Chest. It would not be lethal if we hit Malfurion's gift instead. Okay, so the devastation deals 5 to the entire board, right? Plus his face. So just discovering swipe would be enough. Oh, it's not face? Just minions, okay. There's one that goes face, though. So all I have to do is just find the swipe. I don't even need to risk the spell damage. So it's GG. Yeah, 5 life steal to the face. It's over. Oh my god. Okay. All right, there we go. So it's deal 5 or... Okay, so it's either deal 5 or kill the minions. All right, sorry. I don't remember Galakron. I have purged Galakron from my face. Dude, this is... Decisions are mattering. Am I supposed to keep Whelp without a dragon? The kept win rate's pretty high. Mulligan win rate's pretty high. We're also against the priest, so minions are important. Yeah, let's keep it. I don't think the other cards synergize with the Whelp, though. There we go. Oh, my lord. Okay, okay, okay. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, he's playing Whizbang? Okay, so he's playing... Okay, Automaton Priest. So I win. Because I've got my Welby boys and to draw the... Oh, my god, dude. Wait a minute. I could pull up his deck list, but I'm not going to be that rude. I'm going to have to learn these decks myself. Did I do the Brawl APM challenge? Pulse Champ Druid with Pound Spread the Word? I have not done that yet. I don't know if I will, in all honesty. Tavern Brawls. I mean, this would be the Tavern Brawl that I would get into. But Standard actually looks like it has some very interesting decks. Maybe I had to take that sentence back, but oh my god, at the same time, bro. Wait a minute. Look at all this tempo. That's a 5-7 now. All right, not bad, dude. We seem to have died. I don't think we have. Go on, summon your automatons. I'll be okay. I'll find a way. Okay, this is not fair. He actually did roll the nuts against me, though. This is pretty much the turbo nuts. Oh shit, I miscounted. Oh, the only reason I did this is because I could play the Drake. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh no, we fucked up. Oh, he just lost. Oh guys, I think we actually just lost because of that play. I'm like not even kidding. Oh shit. Okay. All right, this is really bad. This is really bad. Agency is a double-edged sword, exactly. Oh crap. Oh, this is a problem. It might have just been go full face, man. But if he plays, he's got one more robot, which means the trade could have been too even. Oh, dude. Oh, I goofed so hard. Goof berries. I got this. Okay, at least I have this draw into this draw into play this now. I can't fuck up that counting. Okay, so. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Oh, come on. Hold on. This isn't looking good. I am not gonna lie. This is that turn where we didn't have tempo was a huge fucking whiff, dude. And I did it against a Whizbang deck that low-key has the turbo nuts. There is no way to look at this and not be like, yeah, this is an average game of Hearthstone. Wait, am I dead? I'm dead! Huh. Alright, well... My first loss with this deck was against the Turbo Nuts Automaton that I misplayed. So, I mean, I deserved it. Because I don't know if I could have come back. Oh, my God. Like, it's pretty typical of the Hearthstone player base to play the obvious first, like, good deck on the first couple days. But now we've had the other subsect of the Hearthstone community be like, no, I don't want to play that deck. I want to beat it. I want to beat it, bro. And now we finally have a deck that might beat Warrior. Oh, no. I don't have a dragon. Never mind, I do have a dragon. Ha ha ha. I don't ever just coin it out, do I? There's no reason to coin it out. How does this deck beat warrior? It plays board, it keeps dealing damage, it creates awkward situations where the warrior feels like it has to remove things. And it just surprises you with a lot of damage out of nowhere. It's always got pressure, it's always got board, and it's got a decent amount of burst. And as of right now, we've beaten the two warriors that we've gone up against. So as long as this deck is an answer to Highlander warrior, boom, that's a video, baby. Damn, man, he's got the tempo. I don't. Just do this here, power knock this out, then we're already behind. But then I can start drawing a bunch of cards. The question is whether or not I draw a spell and summon a 3/5, or if I just summon the 2/1 and start attacking this. I feel like if we do that, we're already playing from behind. Sludges are also a nice counter to warrior because sludges destroyed by boom boss do damage normally. Oh my god, get wrecked.
Make your choice.
That is actually hilarious. I might just be getting outdone in the mirror in all honesty. I don't know. I feel like I have to play a different win condition in order to come back. How does this beat Totem Druid then? Wait a minute, I thought we were talking about Totem Warrior. The joke transitioned from Totem from Totem Rogue to Totem Totem Warrior, right? This freaking dragon, I can't kill it. Wait, I can, but I'd have to. Oh my lord. I hate this man. I hate this man. Excuse me, why is Reno not allowed? Because Highlander decks are the thing that makes me not want to play the game and make me want to actually uninstall right now. And I'm like not even saying that as a joke. Like, why is there so many Reno Druid on the ladder? Reno Druid might be a meta breaker, but we're gonna save that for tomorrow. I have a couple of Highlander decks I am intrigued by. So I will at least admit that. But it's not because Reno exists. Alright? It's because of everything else. I hate Reno, and I will still hate Reno even if he's in my deck. And I really find it lame that there's no way of playing Reno outside of Highlander decks now. Because that's what I liked about Highlander cards, putting them in duplicate decks. I know, I'm the problem. It's fine. I love Reno 100%, yes. I wish I could marry Reno. Because I have a cowboy fetish. Yes, there we go. All of this time, Clark HELLSCREAM's finally come out. Can't believe Reno Shaman seems super fun. I will admit, Reno Shaman is something I'm intrigued by. Would you hate your own Reno? Yes. Yes, I would. 100% I would hate my own Reno. Alright, I maybe just should have played the Drake as soon as we could. I thought this was a losing line, and it turns out it was. If you had a son who you didn't know about, and the woman named him Reno, how would I feel? I would be perfectly fine as long as my son wasn't really into like cowboys and being like a sheriff or something. You know? Like, if he was like really into dragons and his name was Reno, then sure. And then we could give him the name like Renegos or whatever his dragon name is. But if my son loved Reno decks so much, then I might actually have to put him up for adoption. I'm sorry, boy, but you failed the test. How do you know Clark doesn't have a said son? Because I don't. I definitely do not. You guys would know if I had a kid. I would not be, this would not be my full-time job if I had a kid. Let's be fucking for real. There is no way I would do this job full-time if I had an actual child to take care of. I've managed to save money the last 2 weeks because the shop on Mac has been broken. Can't believe they haven't fixed this issue. Wait, they haven't fixed it yet? I thought it was already fixed. I guess my information is wrong then. Alright, so I think we always played Take to the Skies instead of playing the second Groovy Cat. Penguin coming in with a song request. It needs to be on Spotify. But REM is definitely on Spotify. I'm not gonna ruin it if people don't want to click the link, but it's pretty spot on in terms of comedy. You really don't have to add it to the queue. I mean, you're the one. It's a song request. It's a song request. Unless you're like requesting like Blood on the Dance Floor or something, then I will honor it. There are some lines I won't cross. Okay. There are some lines, and there are some lines that Xena won't cross either. Clearly. Xena isn't happy that I said those words. Certain blood and floor words. Dude, what is... Did I actually craft the meta deck? Did we actually cook so hard yesterday? Because this deck's on H's replay now, and it's like my list. People are playing my list. It's great. I love it. I love it when people listen to me about the good Hearthstone decks. It's like I know what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Reno Druid is all over the ladder. Alternatives for Popcar. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If you want to play Warlock, you should have Popcar. It is one of the safest crafts that you can make for the class. If you really, really can't afford it, oh man, what would I sub out for it? It's a hard question in all honesty. I guess you could put in like a second Mortal Eradication or a second Brewmaster. Second Brewmaster probably wouldn't be that bad, but I just don't know. I don't like that idea. I really don't like the idea of second Brewmaster. All right, here we go. The 4-mana taunt guy. I don't think you want the taunt because you're not playing Forge of Wills. All right, we'll wait. I used to play Wheel. Should I disenchant the Loken and the Phantom? I wouldn't do that yet. I mean, I am in the camp of you shouldn't just disenchant cards immediately when they get nerfed unless they like actually give you the full value. So like in this case, you could probably safely get rid of Wheel, but I would not get rid of the Loken and the Phantom because what if those cards become relevant again? Suddenly you're out of value. I would say that for now, I would say just get rid of your Wheel, get the 1600 dust that comes from it, and then craft Pop Guard. That's probably the best thing that you can do if you want to play this deck, that is. That'd be my recommendation.
Stay alert, my children.
Wait, no, I should have squeezed in the hero power. Oh, I could have squeezed in the hero power here. Oh, I'm a fool. Yeah, we got a hero power every turn since we're dealing 5. Yeah, exactly. Wheel dust for Popcar is a super safe craft. I'm glad that other people are gonna back me up on this one. Because it's just the way to go. I would not get rid of your Phantom and Loken though. Because it's just, you're losing value from it. What got nerfed? Wheellock did, technically. Okay, did Wheellock get nerfed or did it get reworked? It pretty much got nerfed because Reno also got taken away from the deck. So yeah, there's no other way to mince words. It just straight up got nerfed. So hero power could knock this out. Swipe into this for 12. And then we have hero power into like this to potentially kill him. But snake turns are probably happening soon. This is essentially the same amount of damage unless we Omega low roll. All right, so he's got snake into bounce now. So he's at 15. We've got 8 presented right now if he doesn't kill the 3/2. Fuck Boom Boss with a miserable card. Boom Boss isn't the problem, it's Bran. 3 TNTs are Omega manageable. 6 TNTs, no. It's not a problem if it was 3, it's a problem when it's 6. It's a Bran problem, not a Boom Boss problem. It's annoying, I'm not gonna disagree with you on that though. Boom Boss has been making me angry, but every single time I think about why am I mad at Boom Boss, it is because of Bran. There is no way to get around that. Okay, swipe. I'm really surprised you didn't just play it here. I don't think I'm supposed to play this because of reverb.
Contemplation.
We gotta catch it with the surprise lethal. Oh! Oh, it's super inconsistently mega unreliable. We can't go for it. All right, next turn, I think we've got it. Next turn, we've got it. I've got the lethal in my sight. Oh shit. That is a problem. A second. Okay, wait, hold on. Dollhouse. I have to count this. Wait. 1, 4, 5. Hero power plus this. Boom.
Are you thinking?
How exactly do we do? Okay, so the question is, do we swing first to try and maximize the chance of Gem Tosser, or do we believe the Gem Tosser will clear the taunt so that way we can just hit him in the face? I want to say that Gem Tosser is more likely to clear the board than it is to kill him. I think that was the way to go, right? All right, hold on a minute. All right, this will be a great conversation for YouTube, for the people that make it to the very end of the video, because this is going to be my analysis of this deck. This deck is worth it. This deck is 100% worth it. But do you guys in the YouTube comments believe that we should have traded with our hero first, or we should have done what we just did there? I feel like that was better because of the 12 HP on the minion. It is really hard for us to comfortably get to kill the taunts and deal 3 for 10 damage because the Sarg is on the field. So I'd rather just like have better chances of hitting those taunt minions because that is a better chance of what's gonna happen versus trading, because if I would have traded, I don't know if Gem Tosser is gonna make it. But if Gem Tosser could just get rid of those other minions and not have to like low roll like a 33% a whole bunch of times or like a 50%, I think that is why that is better. But if you guys disagree with me, feel free to let me know.